Hey friends, Andrew here, hope you're well. Today we have an exciting video because we're going to level up our desk setup with some new gear, and not just any ordinary gear, but as you can probably see back here, we've got some Razer premium desk accessories. So let's unbox these together, see how we can elevate our desk space with what they've sent over, and a big thanks to Razer for sponsoring this video. The very first desk accessory I'm really excited about is Razer's brand new flagship keyboard, the Razer DeathStalker V2 Pro, replacing my Keychron K3. We've got both the full size and the new 10 keyless version here. I personally like the space-saving TKL version, but if you're someone who works with a lot of numbers, like maybe, students, accountants, data entry specialists, you'll probably get more mileage out of the full size version. Since I've got two of these, I'll be giving away the full-size keyboard, so stay until the end of this video for the keyboard giveaway. Okay, so let's take a look at the keyboard's design out of the box and see how it fits on this desk. It's a pretty good looking high-performance wireless keyboard featuring low-profile optical switches, and more minimalistic than you'd expect from Razer. It has a top case made of 5052 aluminium alloy, and the base is as slim as a penny at 21mm. It really appeals to my design preference for slim, minimalist keyboards because I personally like fewer items on my desk, and what I do have is always high quality intentional accessories, and this keyboard fits that mold. If you're possibly anti-minimalist and you enjoy RGB lighting, these keycaps on the DeathStalker are actually laser etched, so the RGB lighting truly shines in the dark. I think one of the most attractive things about this keyboard is the fact that it looks great in a minimalist desk setup for productivity as much as it does in a gaming setup with dozens of RGB lights equivalent to an illuminated unicorn after it's had a few drinks. So okay, sure it looks great in this setup, but how's the performance? This is probably where this flagship keyboard truly shines in this desk setup. For starters, this thing lasts way longer than my Keychron K3 keyboard, which frustrated me a lot all the time because it ran out of battery by the end of every day, or before the end of every day. And now I'm almost getting a week of continuous usage, and that's me typing on it practically all day for work and some gaming at night. Most importantly, the connectivity performance of this keyboard is second to none with its polling rate of 998 Hz, Bluetooth 5.0, and adaptive frequency 2. There's practically zero input lag from system wake up to typing, and dare I say it, gaming on wireless is actually great. This is the only keyboard I think I'd consider using wirelessly for both gaming and work, so it helps achieve the ultra clean setup look that I'm personally going for instead of using two different keyboards for two different tasks. And speaking of gaming, the linear optical switches are ultra responsive. Playing a couple rounds of Warzone and running around the visually amazing world of Metro Exodus, a great but pretty graphically intensive game, the lag-free input and snappy keystrokes was a welcome change from other wireless keyboards I've used. The WASD movement never felt crispier, especially compared to my Keychron, but of course it would be in comparison because Keychron's not made for gaming, to be fair. These nifty customizable rollers and media buttons here are also useful in controlling things like volume and screen brightness, and of course the typing experience is brilliant. I love me a good ASMR typing test, and it seems many of you do too, so I'll type away for a little bit so you guys get an idea of what this keyboard sounds like with its red linear optical switches. Personally, the red linear switches are a little too soft for my liking, so I'm looking forward to the clicky version of this keyboard in Q4, though if you prefer quiet typing, red linear switches is the one to go for. And a heads up, you will need to fork up almost $250 US for the full size variant, but the premium price does come with premium features to be fair. You can get the 10 keyless version to save space on your desk or the wired version for a more affordable $219 and $199 respectively. I'll drop all the direct product links in the description box below. And now moving on to the next Razer desk accessory, this Orochi V2 mouse to marry up with the keyboard. Out of the box, it's definitely a pretty small mouse. It also comes though at a pretty small price tag of $69.99. And there's a textured frame here and it feels really good in hand considering it weighs 60 grams or 2.2 ounces, which is next to nothing. It feels like you're holding nothing at all. Holding it in hand right now though, it fits pretty well in my hand, but for those with I think extra large hands, you might find it tough palming this mouse unless you've got a sort of like bent over claw grip here. It pairs pretty nice next to the DeathStalker V2 Pro aesthetically, mainly because it's also in a minimalist black. But the cool thing here is it pairs to the very same high-speed dongle used by the DeathStalker V2 Pro, which means less dongles, less cables, less clutter in my desk setup. Because I'll be using this keyboard and mouse combo with both my Mac and PC setup, I plugged the dongle into my PC, which doesn't have a Bluetooth receiver. So now all I have to do to switch between PC and Mac is flick these switches here on the mouse and keyboard, and then just switch over the monitor input from DisplayPort to HDMI. Super simple, and with that, it's time to get gaming. If you're not used to a gaming mouse or you haven't even used one at all, you're going to really feel the difference here with the 18,000 DPI sensor, and that's what I felt in Counter-Strike. It's just so much more smoother and much more precise. I can flick my crosshair to essentially where I want it, much faster and more precisely, and get those satisfying headshots in. I could see this mouse being a great travel companion alone and even a great companion for students actually. So I'm definitely going to be using the DeathStalker V2 Pro as my main keyboard here on out for sure, but I think I'll probably be storing this mouse off to the side and picking it back up to use with the DeathStalker for those gaming sessions. And then we come to the premium headphones to tie this set of new desk accessories together. Let's take this Barracuda Pro out of the box. For Razer, this is surprisingly sleek in its minimal black look with no boom microphone you typically see on other gaming headsets. No complaints here from me. I've got other microphone inputs so I can do without it on my headphones, and I think it looks far nicer this way anyway. It again makes for a pretty good pairing with the keyboard and mouse sitting together on a desk for both work and play. I think it's fair to say that these are Razer's more unassuming set of accessories. Anyway, taking a closer look at the build quality, it's primarily plastic, but it feels decent, probably thanks to its interior stainless steel headband and a ton of memory foam cushioning. The plastic does lend itself though to a lighter weight design, so it practically eliminates horizontal and vertical pressure on my head, and the memory foam is plump enough for extended use. Plump is such a weird word, don't you think? It's designed to connect to a USB dongle you get in the box for gaming, and we also get Bluetooth connectivity for when you're out and about. But just a heads up here, there is no headphone jack, so this isn't going to be something you want to take on a plane. Minus that fact though, these headphones are feature packed with large 50mm drivers, active noise cancelling, dual wireless smart switching system, THX spatial audio, and the ability to tweak audio with the companion app. This all translates to really strong mids and highs, clear tones, and deep rumbly bass that tickles my eardrums. For games like Counter-Strike Go, the THX spatial audio game mode preset was rather amazing, I think, for hearing directionality. So I knew exactly where the enemy footsteps were coming from, far easier than my QC35s or desktop speakers. This thing lasts over 40 hours on a single charge, so it actually makes a great travel companion, especially with an included travel case, as much as it does make great headphones parked on your desk. I've got mine sitting here on Grovemade's wooden headphone stand that complements a premium look of the entire set. Drop the code word comments Razer Sharp if you made it to the end of this video, and I'll give it a like. And also, as promised, I'm giving away the full-sized Razer DeathStalker V2 Pro to a lucky subscriber. All you gotta do is comment your Instagram handle down below and then share your own favorite desk accessory and why. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at @AndrewEthanZeng, because we're gonna be checking all the submissions and we'll be picking out a winner next month. It's also really important to keep your workspaces clean and tidy, so I'll leave a video here on screen on how I personally tidy and clean my home office weekly if you want to check it out. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.